pray. Our Heavenly Father in heaven, for the name of Jesus Christ, and thy praises we come at this hour, praising as we are of nothing want to present unto our praises. How we pray that you send the Holy Spirit to be with us, see the program that you have done, and those ones that are ahead of us. We invite the Holy Ghost to be with us. Let him be our teacher and guide us through until we come to the end of the day. We see your glory, we glorify your name. Let your will be done as it is in heaven. It is our prayer in Jesus' name.
Amen.
Amen. For the interest of time, we will not have a special item. So, like to know welcome our speaker. We have the speaker.
Vijana na Yesu.
Shindi moto.
Shindi moto.
Vijana na Yesu.
I request that if we are kama tuko na awareness youth sponsors, ensure the young people from your divisions are here. Hatukipenda vijana wao nje. There are some young men seated outside there. Please come in. Wakuje tuendelee na masomo. So let the sponsors go and meet the young people from where they can come to the front. Today I want to give a second lesson, and in this second lesson, I want to see if the first lesson was of help to you. If the first one did not help you, then I don't think there is need of you even another lesson. See here. What was my first lesson about? Who remembers? Only one person. Who else remembers? What was the lesson about? Sister here. About Manasseh. And I believe you got something, isn't it? Yeah. Today, I want to tackle another lesson for the young people. And that is my lesson today. Wale kumekaa kwa nyumba kama mnaona ni sawa. The lesson for today is what? Me, I can hear me, but I cannot hear you. What is the topic? Yes, the dangers of phones to the youth. Can everybody raise up his phone? I want to see. Kila mtu ainue simu yake, please raise up your phone. You mean IMS youth don't have phones? Kama hauna sasa wewe. Okay, thank you. This lesson will be practical. Are we together? This is not a sermon, and this is just a discussion with you. Because okay, so my point is this. Today, we have mobile phones, and it is part of the current technology. Is technology good or bad? It is both good and bad, depending on how it has been applied. And that is why in these last days we have mobile phones, and if we use them in the best way, are they good or not good? How do you think life would be today if there were no phones? How would life be? Even in the church. For me, I was in the church before smartphones came. And I can share you the experience I had. And I can say phones are good. Because those earlier times, I think this life is too much for me. I will see the life. Maybe you can put off. Or unless it is helping you, you will remain with one. You can put off this one. Or it is necessary. Nikiangalia ndio naona nikisema hapo. So then whenever I agree, I cannot, that's it. Okay. Yeah? It is still very great for me. Okay, that is better. Now I can see the picture. When I was joining IMS, we never had smartphones. Don't ask me which year. Brother Samuel, you remember when I visited your home the first time? When we joined the church, was by then, there were no smartphones. You remember we had 3 bags. I used to have my bag for clothes and another bag for the spirit of prophecy because we used to carry the 3 books. How many have ever seen the spirit of prophecy books, the 3 volumes? How many have seen them? How many kilos? The 3 volumes. Each is around 4 to 5 kilos, so 3 is 15. So we were carrying a bag of clothes and another one for the spirit of prophecy. From someone's place to the other place we wanted to evangelize, it was down the hill and climbing another. And we went from morning up to 1 p.m. is when we arrived. So for me, when mobile phones came and the spirit of prophecy is now available with the phone, it was a relief. When you are opening the spirit of prophecy, searching for something, you will never see it. You may never find the point. Because unless you are led by the Spirit of God, or God providence happens that you open the page, you may not see the point. But when you have the app, you just search the word you want, and it will bring all the options. And it becomes very easy to even search. So mobile phones, if used in the best way, they are very good. And it is part of the intentions that God already prophesied that will come. Don't you know that the phones were prophesied in the Bible? Yeah? All these things we are seeing nowadays, phones, cars, aeroplanes, they were prophesied that they will happen. Who prophesied about the coming of aeroplanes?
Isaiah.
Isaiah chapter 60 verse 8, isn't it? You can read in your own. Isaiah 60 verse 8, the prophecy of aeroplanes. Who has opened? Ayuko leo? Nani anasoma? Nataka mtu wa mbio mbio. Ni fungu ikiwekwa pale, wanasoma mbio mbio. Who are these that are flying like clouds? To their windows. Isaiah saw them. Amos what?
I think chapter 4.
It's now 2 verse 4. Read. Now 4. What does it say? You know, as young people, these are things we don't need. We need to know them. Now chapter 2 verse 4. Read. The chariots shall reign in the street.
They shall just one against the other.
They shall just one against the other.
In the broadways.
In the broadways.
They shall see like torches.
They will be seen by his. Are you listening to James, my brother?
Yeah.
Are you listening to James?
Yeah.
Okay, finish.
They shall run like their lightnings.
They shall run like
Lightnings.
lightning. I can't remember that is King James. Or King James. Okay. So, the language used there is talking about what? The cars. I'm not teaching prophecy. Who prophesied mobile phones? Yeah? Am I giving big challenge to young people? Daniel 12 verse 4, Daniel said, in the last day, knowledge shall do what?
Shall increase.
Increase. And the men shall run to and
From.
from. But now, having now this new technology, according to Daniel, it was to help people to run to and fro. Number one, like using the cars, using the aeroplanes, movement will be easy. But also on the spiritual point of it, even the running to and fro in the Bible, New and the Old Testament, using the phone, you can easily browse from Revelation to Genesis, from Old to New Testament quickly with the phone, and they get all the messages that we want. That when you are opening your Bible, typically from page to page, I think you're getting the point. And that is why today you can learn many things if you use your phones well. But now we want to see, because now phones have come with so many dangers, and most of these dangers are really a great threat to the young people. And that is why, as young people, we are here. We want to know, where is Satan placing the trap? Where are these dangers coming from? Let's begin with the spiritual dangers. Hatari za kiroho wakati tunapotumia simu. Danger number one, wasting time. Do phones waste time or they don't waste time? Simu zinaharibia watu muda, zinaharibia watu muda. Okay, how many people slept here at 9? Let us be sincere. Tumesema this is a practical lesson. How many people were sleeping by 9? No one. How many were sleeping by 9:30? Walikuwa wakitani? No one. Only one. How many were asleep by 10 now? Only 10:30? 11. Exactly. No, midnight. How many were going to sleep by midnight? That's why I'm here. How many slept by midnight? Because before they went to sleep, they put up their phone down, they went to sleep. Listen. What time, what you are doing? Because I think you finish the business around 9:30. So, hours spent on TikTok, Instagram, playing games, videos. There is still a lot of time for prayer. Because even not all people were here doing only prayer. Sometimes we don't pray in our houses because the time of prayer finds us doing what? Using our phones. It also takes time that we want to use for it. How many times have you ever seen young people? Have you ever found your friends one time busy reading the Bible on the phone? Yeah? Or spirit of prophecy? What are many young people doing with their phones when they are there on the phone? Kuna vijana niliwapata pale asubuhi. Niliangalia ni nani anasoma Biblia kwa kweli hawako anasoma Biblia. Nikapata nilikuwa naangalia tu vijana. Sikupata. Hata watoto wangu wakichukua simu ni muda kidogo sana niliwahi pata wanasoma Biblia. Kabla wanatafuta nyimbo mahali kuimba kwa sababu zinawafurahisha. And that is why when I ask which prophet prophesied about the aeroplane, I repeat again. Ni nani alitabiri ndege zitakuja? Hapa sahihi kuja. Nani alitabiri magari? Which book? And I know there's some people did not even time not to know. Okay. So these ones take much of our time. And I want you to consider how many hours in a day, especially on Sunday, when you when you don't have something to do, how many hours do you spend on your phone? Sure. Brother says, okay. And it's better to be very careful because we need the information here. We need to be rescued. The book of Ephesians says that we ought to give the time because days are what? Evil. We will give an account of the time that we spend on our phones doing nothing to help other people or even to help ourselves. Because when you are watching a memes on your phone, who are you benefiting? No one. What about when you are in the spirit of prophecy to prepare someone? You get the, you get blessed, you also want to bless other people. Let's go to another danger number 2. Exposure to sinful content like pornography, violence, profanity, and God, the music as the brothers just presented here, and even sometimes immodesty. Vijana na Yesu, ushindi motomoto. Tell me, which application should we not dare to open on the Sabbath day? We have TikTok, we have WhatsApp, we have Facebook, we have Twitter, we have Instagram or Telegram. Which ones are we not supposed to dare to open on this from Friday evening to Saturday evening? Which ones should we not open? TikTok number 1. Another one. If you have TikTok, please don't open on the Sabbath. They don't dare. Which other one?
Games.
Yeah?
Games. Games.
Speak aloud.
Games.
Even I don't know that one.
Games.
Games. Outside of the application. Games. Another one? Instagram. Another one? Telegram. Another one?
Twitter.
Twitter. But why are you on Facebook? Is the one which is common. How many people have Facebook account here? If your Facebook, see your family, if your Facebook just you know, if I'm only talking to few people, if this lesson doesn't affect few people, it's very nice talk. But even those who are not coming, I'm coming to you. So, why am I saying from the others? Because I control. You see, it does not bring things before you ask. And then you can choose to open or not. But all these others, the moment you open, things come controlled by themselves, not you yourself. And that is why, for example, if you are on Facebook, things will start coming, which you cannot change. You know, sometimes it's good to speak the truth. It came to a time myself that when I, even unawares, I find I've already opened Facebook. Hata sijui nataka nishafanya nini. When I open my phone, I don't know if it is always if I find it is the when I open, even on Sabbath that I'm not, I find already Facebook I have opened. I was crying. Nimefungua simu na hata sijui ile ya kwanza nimefungua nafunga haraka. So these things are coming with a lot of dangers, and it brings exposure to sinful content. So what if you are opening Facebook? You see things you are never, things that are not spiritual on the Sabbath. Is it good? Not good. So if you have those accounts, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, video games, you cannot dare open them or even reach them on the Sabbath. And that is why I'm soon to give you a solution that we need to have also mobile phone fasting. Yes, Ellen. Lazima tuchague kuna siku fulani ya kuangalia nini. In the book of Psalms 101, this verse was read by other teachers here, that it was a covenant made by David. He made with himself that I will never set wicked thing before my eyes. What about setting those wicked things on the Sabbath day? It is like a double sin. So let us not entertain, and that is why to be sincere. For me, I even choose myself. When TikTok came, because TikTok has just come the other day, that it is from China. I think I'm right with that. TikTok is for the Chinese.
It is.
Eh?
It is from China.
So okay, I may not. But when I heard people talking of TikTok, and I wanted to know exactly what it's all about, somebody told me it is only a platform where people post people singing, dancing, and I said that one. Out of today, I have never had an account in TikTok. My phone comes with that application, but I also delete it because I don't want that. So it is also left with you. There are other programs that you cannot avoid getting exposure to sinful content. Like, for example, when we talk of pornography, it is very much common in Telegram. I also am not aware. Maybe one time I opened the account Telegram for other purposes. But now later I saw that there is no control. Anything can be posted there. And I chose to never to have that, never to have even the application in my phone, to be tempted to open. And if you want to witness, you can come to my phone, I don't have Telegram. Even the application is not there. But when you open, you are told, oh, other people are there. I usually see other members are there. But it's very funny. So this is the danger we find, that you will be exposed to sinful content. Mobile phones and what they have can also weaken your conscience. How? Because when you get to constant exposure to sinful things or even sin, the same thing after several times having a look at it, you will think it is normal. Like now, people who have TikTok accounts and every day they are watching people dancing. For them, dancing is not what? Yes. And that is why we have so many young people who cannot sing while still in the church. Because they have watched SDS songs, saying SDS songs, but do SDS sing while standing up? And that is why, watch our young people, they will never sing for the glory and honor with all this pain. They want to sing, isn't it? Some will also start doing gestures. Oh, is it good, brother? It is not there, but because you are used to watch it, you think it is not wrong. And when you come to the church, you also want to go the guest, you think it is wrong. So, constant exposure, sorry. Just take it to come to the position. So, constant exposure makes sin to look what? Normal. What about when you watch other things like pornography, violence? Like, for example, our children, when they continue watching people shooting, isn't it? What usually happen? You find even in our churches, young children during break time, they are holding sticks. They are then they will shoot. Because they have watched these movies, either in phones or even in laptops or in whatever gadgets, and then they think it is normal. It is not normal. Maybe I wonder, if I had a son and I find my son holding that thing, I will go and cry. Because even how to approve that, I don't think it can just come out with so easily. So, that constant exposure makes sin look normal, and it leads to spiritual coldness and the loss of interest in church. Nini unajua ukizoea simu hata ukiona mambo ya kanisa inago. Wakati sasa people are not comfortable in church. And they come to some adjoining group because in the church they will not be connected in their phones. But when you even, I have seen so many young people not happy in the church. But when we go out for the they are very jovial there. Because now they open their phones, they want to show their friends, watch things, enjoy. I'm coming to what is dealing with that. Another danger is making phones idols, idolatry of the phone. Because many youths prioritize phones. If you know you have finished Form 4 this year, please stand up. If you finished Form 4 this year and you are here, just stand up. We want to congratulate you. Congratulations. 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 Who else? When you stand up Form 4, finish Form 4, can you raise up your wewe hapo? Umeacha padogo? Wewe uko hapo nayo. Inua simu yako. 1 2 3. Hamuna? Hapo mnaogopa ni hapato. Asante sana. Thank you, God bless you. So, let me tell you this. Those who have the phones, you see, Form 4 ended last month, isn't it? Simamaliza ended last month. Na mkona simu ya 10,000 yeye wazazi wanapata hata hawana. Yeah? You people are wonderful. How come that you have big phones for over 10,000? So it is because it's not sin to have the phone. Maybe just kufanya makosa. But many young people will prioritize phone. And I'm coming to explain why they must make sure they have it. And sometimes if you put anything and it takes the place of God, it becomes what? An idol. And then remember the first commandment that thou shalt not do what? Have another God before me. Healthy dangers. I'm finishing the spiritual dangers. Let me go to the healthy dangers. Healthy danger number one. Phones may bring eye problems or even cause poor vision. Looking at the screens for long. Though the manufacturers have also become intelligent to an extent that some of the phones have what we call the eye care. Vizuri hata nijifundishe kwa sababu hakuna avoid kutumia. Ukienda kwa simu yako uteremshe kutoka chini, kuna mahali inakupatia where you can switch the light if you want. The one with eye care, it helps to protect those rays. I cannot explain much, maybe the technician can explain. But you can choose the best one. Some other phones, also you can put the black mode, not the light mode. Nani ameweka simu yake black mode? Atuonyeshe. That not this one of mine, if I open, like for example, I open WhatsApp, it is white, you see it is white. What about yours? Let us see the black mode. Kwa sababu hiyo anakaa basi masaa mingi. Yeah, those who take long, put it in the black mode so that it does not affect your eyes. So it can cause eye strain and even it can bring what? Poor vision. And the long screen time causes headaches and reduces what?
Attention span.
Attention span. What they call it has been already investigated and they found that people who take long time on screens, they have short attention span. Mtu mwenye amezoea kukaa because most of the times in the screen things come and they go quickly. Kwa sababu when you are on Facebook unaangalia kama movie katika zuri unaenda chini, kitu inakuwa unafikiri. Are you getting my point? If you are in WhatsApp, you read message not going to go to another one, so there's a lot of interest there, so you don't pay a lot of. But now coming to church, listening to Onesimus, speaking slowly, talking of things, you will even feel like moving out. But you want things which are changing as per your interest, quickly. If that is how the screens are. The same with the television. How many minutes does the television read the news? Around 5 minutes, they change, bring what? Advertisement. People dancing to go back to news, they change you to America, like that. And you notice the fact, when you will go to a place, maybe in the lesson, like in primary school, a class is how many minutes? 35, 40. What about in high school? To pay attention for 40 minutes listening to a lecture, you get bored. So it reduces the attention. What about in the church? And the sermon is not favoring you. You even see you are wasting your time there. You get when you in the preacher get out, I get to my phone. Another health problem with phones is sleep what? Problems. Phones are what we call blue light. And the blue light delays sleep. And it also causes fatigue. Unasikia kuchoka. And because you stay awake until midnight, doing what? Writing messages, SMS, texting, and also doing what? Watching videos. That blue light itakufanya ukose usingizi. Ndio maana nimeuliza. Kuna watu wako inua mkono. There are some people did not raise up their hands. When I say how many were asleep at midnight, if you did not raise your hand after the time I was at midnight, I think you are already affected by the what? The blue light. And the night and the sleep does not come. Yes. If you look at the last thing you should not do before you sleep is to get from there. If you want to look at your phone, then you sleep looking at your phone. It will never come. The blue light tells your melatonin that it is still daytime. What is melatonin? Here we will. Simama. Yeah. The blue light, mtu ndiposa alale, there is an hormone in the body called melatonin, the one that induces sleep. That hormone, it is catalyzed or kwa mwili inaletwa na giza. Are you getting my point? Wakati jua linaanza kutua, mwili unaanza kusense giza inafanya nini? Ile hormone inaanza kutengenezwa polepole. Then sasa ikifika saa 2 saa 3, hiyo hormone inakuwa nyingi, unaanza kulemewa na usingizi. Alafu unafanya nini? Unaanza kulala. Lakini ukiendelea kuangalia mwangaza, if you keep on looking at that light, blue light from the screens, then already the brain records and sends a message that it is still daytime. So don't release the melatonin. And as a result, you cannot feel to sleep. And that is why sometimes you feel. I had some people at midnight still singing, I want to go to this. In the body, we have the human body energy clock. And this one controls. This is the clock of the body. Why have you ever asked yourself, when you were in the primary school, you used to wake up at exactly 5:30 or 5 without alarm, isn't it? If tomorrow you are going to Nairobi for tour and you are going at 3 a.m., you never used to afford an alarm. But exactly by 2:30, when you wanted to wake up, you find yourself waking up. That is good. What about the other creation? When does the cock crow in the morning?
3.
Have you ever had a cock crowing 3:30 a.m. in the morning? Have you ever had a cock crowing around 4:20 a.m.? It exactly crows at 3 a.m., 4 a.m. at a particular given time. Every day. While we all of us singing at 6 in the morning, they don't. Because there is a clock in their bodies that always tickles when the time comes. The same in our bodies. If I had time, I could explain this, but I'm not teaching it. These are a lot of details. But you realize that we always wake up around 5. It's when this is 5 a.m. in the morning. By that time, our body has a cycle of events that is taking place. That is the time we get that time is. And ndio maana saa moja karibu kila mtu anakuwa wapi? Kwa choo. Na kama wewe ni choo kwa shida. Then after you have gone for a long haul around 7, after between 6 and 7 unaenda choo. From there, between 7 and 9, that's the right time to take your breakfast. Because now the stomach, everything is empty and you need food. You take your breakfast. Then from there, from 9 to 11, it is the time when your spleen is on the highest peak of its activities. From 11 to 1 p.m., it is the time when your heart is also at the peak. From 1 p.m. to 3 p.m., it is the time when the now food has gone down. Remember, the other day we learned food takes how many hours? Around 5 hours in the stomach. Then it goes down to the other. So by that time, food has already got the small intestines for absorption. Then from 3 to around 7 p.m., it is the time when the bladder is in the highest peak of activities. Between 7 and between 6 and this one is 7. This one I'm here now.
7.
It is the time when the kidney is also in the highest peak. And when the kidney is on the highest peak, it is time to socialize. And that is why in most families, people sit around 7 to from 6, they are there talking and chatting, waiting for supper. Then now, from 7 to 9, it is the time also when the heart is also, the pericardium is also on the highest peak of activities. Then now, from 9 to 11, it is the time when we have the triple warm. And this is the time when people now get feeling dizziness, going to sleep. From 11 to 1 a.m., it's the cleansing of the gallbladder. From 1 a.m. to 3 a.m., it is when the liver is being detoxified. And if you are not sleeping from this time, from 11 to 3 a.m., that sleep will be wasted. And Sister White says that 2 hours before midnight, are of more benefit than 2 hours after midnight. So if the most beneficial hours of sleep is between 10 and midnight, the other sleep you sleep after midnight is not quality, it's just quality. It's not helping you because those 2 hours, when the liver is being detoxified, when the blood is detoxified, you watch it in your sleep. And then from 3 a.m. to around 5, that is the time when the lungs are being detoxified. That is why, saa 9 mpaka saa 11 unasikia watu wamelala wanakuwa wanalala tena because mapafu yanaendelea sasa kutoa uchafu wa kifua. So this clock cannot work normally if you want to confuse it. It is when it is time for sleep, you are still on the phones, and the clock changes. It cannot be normal. And that is why some people are saying, me, I cannot sleep. You are disorganizing your body. Our bodies were created normally. Most of you here are teens. This is your age, 13 to 18 years. How many hours should you sleep?
8 to 10.
So those who slept after midnight, did you meet your target? You did not meet your target. And then for sure, you cannot even sleep. Hata ukose kulala wiki 3, huwezi kuja kusema nitalala wiki zingine vile nilipea. Hapana, usingizi hailipii. And the damage caused by lack of sleep, which organ of the body is highly damaged because of lack of sleep? Number 1, your
Brain.
brain. So we need to find the sleep problem. And you realize that newborns take much of the time, and as age goes on, it decreases. With the oldest people, 75 years and above, those one can sleep between 7 and 8, at least 7 to 8 hours. Okay, benefits of getting full night sleep. You can get it strengthens your heart, it makes your mood. Because many people don't have good up, especially mood. Their mood is not okay. Not because anybody wrong with them, because they don't get enough hours of what? Of sleep, because of spending much time with their phones. But good sleep improves what?
Memory.
Your memory. Why do you want to spoil your memory when you are young? Take enough sleep. Don't take long with your phones. Let me now come to another the last point about health problems caused by phones. And let me talk about anxiety and what? Depression. Today there are so many people suffering from anxiety and also they are depressed. Why? Nobody has talked to them. No one has, but things are coming from what they saw or what they are going through their phones. Watu wengi wana stress. Na ukiwaongeza unawapata mtu anakaa peke. Somebody is staying alone but is already depressed. Why? I saw in the phone that everything is coming from them. Why? Number 1, there is this we call comparison on social media. Umemaliza form 4, you have just finished high school, and all of a sudden you open Facebook, you will see another classmate. You were together, you saw him, he is there sending a photo of him driving a car. And you were in the same class, then you say, for me, I am useless. If people have already bought cars, I'm still here. Who am I? What is my purpose now? You see? Another one will post a picture crossing the border of Namanga, saying they are going to eat Christmas where? Tanzania, and then you are there in the village. You say, my God, I'm useless. Wengine wamepiga mapicha hapa ni wale sasa kumetoka. Watu wanaona kwa Nairobi. Sisi ndio tukao mashambani. Wale hapa mashambani anasema sasa mtu wa they get anxiety, depression because of comparison. Isn't it? Watu wanajikompea na wengine. Another problem is also online bullying. I don't think nowadays there is bullying in schools, but in our time there was bullying in schools. You go to school, I remember when I was school, because we joined Form 1 in January, and those times you combine with the markers, you know. So we came with markers and they are not right. So a Form 4 will put a mango in your pocket and the I will come tell you when it is right. So you are carrying every day. And then anytime come time and ask, why is the mango? Until it is so you still believe to accumulate some work to get right. We were bullied. I remember when I joined Form 1, I went to the dormitory because I had the highest marks in the high school when I was baby. One man so he said, why are you so happy? He brushed my face like this. And when I was leaving class 8, I was number 1, so I was 1 year. And then he took my patient and then he crashed. Then I was so bad and now I was school. That is the same worshiping online. Why is it happening? Most of the times, you realize there are some people who are there. When you post something, like I remember there's one young man, some of you may know. There's one young man from Zimbabwe who was a missionary student here. After he left, he did not continue with IMS. Every time I post something, he is always the first one to comment. IMS are pretenders, IMS are woo. I think you have seen him. Albert Mebusi Sibanda from he intimidates me so much. When I post, and sometimes even he posts IMS, he says calling church. He posts a lot of things that I think some brothers just come and defend. Because I was his teacher and he pursued the church, he left the church. So such things are there. The other last thing I want to say, especially affecting our mental health, is this sickness called FOMO. Who knows what FOMO means? Fear of missing out. And this is now the new disease for the young people in internet. What are the signs that one is suffering from this disease? FOMO, or fear of missing out, is when you don't want to be the one lacking behind when others are moving on. Kila mtu sasa anataka awe na smartphone, ndio maana watu wamemaliza form 4 last week. Saa hiyo wamekuwa masimu, hawataki kuacha wapi. Lakini sijamaanisha hivi, ndio maana wamekuwa wanataka wasome wao. So the signs of what's happening from this sickness of not wanting to lag behind. Number one is when you realize people are checking their phones repeatedly. Mwenyewe anataka mtu anakaa na yeye hata kwa kanisa. Sasa anahubiri, unaona anakaa kufanya hivi. Anakaa tena. The lesson will put everything clear. That is sign number one. Sign number two, it is anxiety when one is what? Offline. Mimi sina bundles. Hata sijui kunaendeleaje. It's like there is another world you are supposed to be living. So when you are offline, it's like you are not in this world. Another point is what I said, comparing yourself with others. And also another problem is pressure to join trends or what? Challenges. What is the current challenge today in Kenya? In social media. Earning what? Chris from O to Vena Modoni. Kila kijana tunaona anakamata buti. Maybe I have won for 3 hours and I'm now the new one, the new champion. Kila kijana watu wengi wamekosa wameshikilia miti because it's a challenge that Modoni gave to the world. The others came even singing songs. Like now I had so many young people. Even if you are not participating, but you are entertaining, listen, that song of Christmas, you are playing because the Wi-Fi is high. They were playing yesterday, Christmas, The challenge is that everybody is listening. So this is the problem. And some people have this disease of fearing to be missing out. Then the difficulty of enjoying your own what? When you are always candid, you want, when you see what the other people are doing online, you also want to go like them. They get there like this you want. They put their names you want to go. So you cannot live your own life. You want to do what others are doing. And these are the signs. And then what are the effects? You get stress, you get anxiety, you get low esteem, you sometimes get depressed. Sometimes you are forced to overspend to buy the bundles. Isn't it? If you don't have a free access to Wi-Fi, then you find also there is the danger of getting addicted to social media. And also sometimes you get spiritual dissatisfaction. Mambo ya kiroho unaona wako ina maana. Sasa hata because you are getting a lot of dopamine. Have you gone through the dopamine? Not yet. Eh? So you get much rewards. You are more happier in the phone than when you are listening to someone. So spiritual things become dissatisfying to you. So how can the young people overcome this disease of fearing not to be missing, but they always want to be online, to be connected? The first thing, you must limit your social media use. And that is why I say you can have temperance. What does the Bible say in the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 9, verse 25? Every man that is striving for mastery is temperate in what?
All
The key one is all things. So we also need to be temperate in what? In funds. That's what we're not yes. And I say, if we would like to win heaven as young people, we must every week for the funds. You say, I will not buy bundles or I will not open my Wi-Fi because once you open it, you will be tempted. I know there are some people who want with bundles. They must be online to go their job. It's different. But there are people who specifically open internet just to entertain themselves. Choose one day not to entertain yourself. That day they date for spiritual things. Remember, social media highlights shows highlights, not reality. And that is why I'm telling you, you will see somebody whom you are studying together last year from 4. Now he's driving a car. Not that he's driving, he took a car of his father or his neighbor, and they took a picture, and you think he's the owner and the one like this, just then you are there saying, yeah, what you song and it is not the reality. People even are using AI to create images that they are in Nairobi. When they are sitting in the countryside, it is only you have never gone to Nairobi. Then you start blaming yourself. Social media is very funny. And if you are not careful, it will deceive you. Practice gratitude. Thank God every day for whom you are and what you have. If you cannot afford a mobile phone, a smartphone, thank God for that. Continue with your life. Love the way you are. Focus on your God-given purpose. Know your purpose. You are a young man in higher blessed with the purpose to serve you. Don't think of what other young people are doing, your schoolmates, your friends in the village. Think of your purpose of God bless you in this church. And lastly, spend more time what? I want you to say this, please.
Spend more time offline and grow.
Do we agree with that? Evidence. Spend more time offline. Zitukubaliana leo lazima Wi-Fi. Let's agree. Which day we like? Not Sabbath. Which day we like put of the Wi-Fi there? Leo.
Kuanzia
No Sabbath. Don't count Sabbath.
kuanzia leo.
Yes.
Kuanzia
Na
leo.
leo, wakati wanasema leo. Wakati wanasema kesho. Let's go to the Bible. In the book of Galatians, Paul, when he was preaching, he says that he was not preaching to be approved of men. So sometimes we are doing things in social media so that people may do what? Appreciate us. So that people may approve us. So that people may see that we are also doing well. We are living some things other people know somewhere. You go to by your Christmas wedding, you take good pictures when people know and you go to good places. You go everywhere you want to take pictures to say that people may see you are. No. Don't do things for their good for other people. God says no. Did you open the past? Okay, you will open later. In the Bible, in the book of Exodus, we know that. Which commandment is this? Do not covet. Number?
10.
Somebody say 9. Yeah? Is it 9 or 10?
Yeah.
If you are seeing what other people are doing and you want to do like them, which commandment? The 10th commandment you're coveting. And let's talk of Philippians chapter 4, verse 11. Paul learned to be content with whatever he had. He had an experience of living rich life. And he also had an experience of living a life of the poor people. So we should also have this experience that I can live without your smartphone or without visiting.